The military is keeping up. We are keeping up the pressure through ongoing operations in 5 active theaters across the country. As you all know, we are fighting in the northeast, we are fighting in the northwest, we are fighting in the north central, in the south-south, and in the southeast. These operations have their highest intensity in the northeast and in the northwest. Now, these operations that we are involved in are complex, and they are complex because we have troops fighting in difficult terrains. Not just that, they are also complex because troops are fighting an adversary that adopts various forms across the various theaters. The operations are also complex in the sense that the adversary are mostly not in uniform, and this is deliberately so. They are also embedded within civilian population. This makes it challenging for us to strike without incurring civilian casualties. Furthermore, the terrorists are supported by informants that report on troops' movement. They also receive logistic support from persons that supply them food, people supply them fuel, and several other materials that sustain these terrorists in their enclave. I dare say that they even get women in their camps for their pleasures. All these add to the complexities of our ongoing operation. In essence, the terrorists have a support base of collaborators, and we must fish out these collaborators. That is the reason I keep repeating that winning the war without the support of the people is close to impossible. The military cannot do it alone. We need citizens to partake in fishing out the terrorist collaborators. Nevertheless, we have boots on the ground across the various theaters of operation, and we are fighting. We are fighting in different dimensions to crush the enemy. The ground forces are fighting on the ground. The Air Force is fighting, doing their thing from the air, while the Navy is at sea, protecting the mainstay of our economy. That is, fighting the crude oil theft. We are also fighting in the cyber dimension, because this war is not fought only on the battlefield. Now, for some of you, you might not know, but I tell you today that you see a lot of fake news, a lot of misinformation and disinformation. These are not ordinary. They are well orchestrated to achieve certain purposes and effects. The common denominator in all our operations across these theaters are the terrorists. The terrorists are the common enemy that we all must fight. The terrorists are responsible for keeping the nation in an almost state of constant counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency operations we have in the country. Citizens cannot live safely as long as terrorists exist. The terrorists must be crushed for citizens to have peace and live in safety. This is exactly what we are doing as a force. We are crushing them. And to our update of what has happened in the week under review, I will say that troops neutralized 187 terrorists during the week, even as we arrested 183 persons. Troops also arrested 43 perpetrators of oil theft, as we rescued 109 kidnapped hostages across the country during the week. In the South-South, troops denied the oil theft of over 1.1 billion liters of stolen crude oil. Furthermore, troops recovered 128 assorted weapons and 3,300 assorted ammunition, among others. The breakdown of some of the recovered items, which are the ammunition and the weapons, are 80 AK-47 rifles, 15 locally fabricated guns, among others. We also recovered 1,941 rounds of 7.62 millimeter special ammunition and 729 rounds of 7.62 millimeter NATO ammunition, among other weapons and ammunition recovered. Troops in the Niger Delta area discovered and destroyed 18 dugout pits, 30 boats, and 49 storage tanks during the week. Other items recovered include 66 cooking ovens, 15 vehicles, 5 speedboats, and 57 illegal refining sites. Troops also recovered, as earlier mentioned, over 1,100,000 liters of stolen crude oil, over 200,000 liters of illegally refined AGO, and over 1,200 liters of PMS, otherwise known as petrol. It's now time to take a look at our various operations across the country, beginning with the Northeast, Operation Hadden-K. The troops of Operation Hadden-K recorded the following activities during the period under review. We recorded surrendering of terrorists, fighters, and their families. We conducted ambushes. We rescued hostages. We conducted fighting patrols, and we arrested some terrorists during the week under review. Offensive operations were conducted to Dikwa, Goza, Bama, Kukawa, Chibok, Damboa, Kaga, Gamburungala, and Konduga local government areas, all in Borno State. Offensive operations were also conducted to Madagali local government area of Adamawa State, as well as Damaturu and Gaidam local government areas of Yobe State. Overall, during the week, troops of Operation Hardin K neutralized 97 terrorists, arrested 45 suspects, and rescued 21 kidnapped hostages. The troops of Operation Hardin K also recovered 47 AK-47 rifles and 15 fabricated rifles, among other items recovered during the week. We can now move to the North Central, where we have Operation Safe Haven. The troops of Operation Safe Haven recorded the following during the week. They conducted offensive operations such as fighting patrols, raids, counter and anti-kidnap operations, and they also arrested violent extremists in Jos North, in Mangu, in Bokos, and in Basa local government areas, all in Plateau State. Troops conducted similar operations to Jama local government area, Kauru, and Zango Kataf local government areas, all in Kaduna State. Overall, the troops of Operation Safe Haven neutralized 11 insurgents, arrested 29, and rescued 20 kidnapped hostages during the week.